Joey Longo, A Gangster's Tale by J.N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read or listen to the end. Chapter 4, The Ruler of the Rulers. Later. That evening. Returning to his apartment alone, he noticed light seeping out from under his closed front door. Joey bent down, removing a snub .38 from an ankle holster under his pants leg. With the revolver in his right hand, he reached for the doorknob with his left. It was unlocked. He stood to the side of the door against the wall, extending his left arm. He turned the knob completely and swung wide open the door. As he hid behind the wall, he let it just hang open. Soon he heard Spanish being spoken in the apartment, at least two voices. "Échale un vistazo." A more mature man's voice spoke. "Why me?" a younger voice questioned. "Here," the older voice insisted. Moments later, a hand holding a Glock cautiously protruded from the open doorway. With his free hand, Joey grabbed the wrist of the man. Twisting him, he pulled the young man out of the apartment and towards him. Joey immediately pressed the .38's short barrel against his temple. The man loosened his grip on his Glock, allowing Joey to take it from him, with his .38 now pressed against the back of the young man's head. Joey guided the man back into the apartment, using the disarmed intruder as a human shield. Looking over the young man's right shoulder, Joey could see a 45-year-old Hispanic man sitting in one of his living room armchairs. The man had adjusted the chair to get a clear view of the front door. As Joey pushed the young man back into the apartment, the older man, clapping, chewed on a large, unlit Cuban cigar. "Well done, Mr. Longo," he responded in a heavy Puerto Rican accent. "Magnifico!" He continued to give a steady, loud, forceful clap. "Having heard that you had taken out 4 of my men single-handedly, I had to see for myself." Joey saw Juan standing behind the seated man. Juan was wearing a knee brace. His left eye was swollen black, purple, and yellow. He had other facial abrasions, which Joey had not given him. Standing next to Juan was an older and much larger bald-headed Hispanic man. He did not look friendly at all. Joey addressed the man sitting in his armchair. "Rodrigo." "In the flesh." The man stopped clapping, taking his cigar from his mouth. "Thank you for not smoking in my apartment. I hope you didn't have to wait too long for me to return," Joey said over the shoulder of the man he still had his revolver pressed against. The other weapon was also ready if there was going to be any exchange of fire. "Oh, this." Rodrigo looked at his thick cigar. "Oh, I never light it. Promised my wife and my cardiologist to give them up." "But still need that oral fixation?" Joey asked. The large, bald man, angered from Joey's comment, began to move forward to smack him down. Not looking at the man, Rodrigo put his hand up, stopping any escalation. Rodrigo instead smiled. "Guilty as charged," he chuckled. "No need for that." He pointed with his cigar at Joey's weapons. "I am just here to welcome you to my fine city. Think of us as the welcome wagon." "Welcome wagon?" Joey did not lower his weapons. "A bit before my time. A much more civil time." Rodrigo's grin widened. "Call me old-fashioned, but I'm a traditionalist at heart. Still say Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays." Joey lowered his .38 as he pushed the young man forward to join Rodrigo. "Me too." Rodrigo's face soured as he turned to look up at Juan. "And thank you for defending my young cousin Teresa from this estupido." He turned back to Joey. "He deserved more from you than only a busted knee, gracias." "I am sorry it had to lead to that." Looking at Juan, Joey could easily see the tension in Juan's face and body. The young man was trying very hard to contain his boiling anger from the humiliation Joey had given him. Rodrigo grinned at Joey and gestured with his hand for him to sit in the opposite armchair. "Please." Joey, keeping his hands on the weapons, did not move. "I rather stand, unless your men are willing to put their weapons on the coffee table. Slowly and carefully, that is." "Okay, stand," Rodrigo answered. "Whatever makes you more comfortable." So, besides wanting to welcome me to the neighborhood, how else can I help you? Joey asked. I would like you to work for me, Joey. May I call you Joey? Rodrigo responded. Joey nodded that it was okay. When job offers come in, they really come in. See, I am aware of your meeting with the Chinks earlier this morning. I will double whatever they offered you. Rodrigo took out a white envelope filled with hundreds. A retainer? Joey asked. See, a retainer. Rodrigo smiled. And benefits, too. Bonita chicas? Joey inquired. I'm aware you are already fine in that area. How does Endless Blow sound? Rodrigo offered. I don't touch the stuff. Joey responded. I rarely even drink. You don't drink? Rodrigo was surprised. A man like you? Too paranoid. I like to keep my wits. I drink, but in great moderation, usually with a meal. Joey explained. Rodrigo nodded his head in agreement. He turned to look at the three men standing behind him. You could all learn a thing or two from this gringo. Thank you for the offer. But I am not looking for employment, Joey responded. Rodrigo looked seriously back towards Joey. I am offering you twice whatever they are. If you are as smart as I think you are, you will accept the carrot. He frowned. You wouldn't like the stick. Rodrigo, I will make you the same offer that I made Chen. Joey did not blink from Rodrigo's hardened glance. I too am offering you a carrot I think you would greatly prefer to my stick. Rodrigo laughed and looked back at his three men behind him. This gringo is threatening me? Me? Las bolas? The men all snickered over the thought. Placing his cigar in his mouth and biting down hard upon it, he addressed Joey. So what is your carrot that you are offering me? I represent a powerful national syndicate. They will be branching out into this city. They will be taking over all marijuana and cocaine sales, managing and providing prostitution and gambling, along with offering protection services. Are they now? Rodrigo laughed more. You and your friend, what's his name? Tommy. Juan told him while not moving his eyes off Joey. Joey was not laughing. I am merely the forward assessor and negotiator. It is my decision if I feel we can work with you. If we can, I will be giving you an offer to remain in the game. Remain in the game? Rodrigo began getting angry. When it comes to drugs, East Side protection, I am the game. Joey did not respond to Rodrigo's reddened face. You think because you took out some of my men in a Maldita bar fight, you can lock horns with me? I rather we can work together. Joey responded, Go against them. You will find yourself out of the game completely or worse. Rodrigo could see that his raised temper and threats were not working on Joey. He calmed himself down and smiled and laughed. You are one tough negotiator, gringo. I see what you are doing. Let me think about it. I may offer you more to work for me. I like a man with steel balls. Those I represent are not to be trifled with, Rodrigo. They are much bigger and more powerful than you understand. Joey calmly explained. Rodrigo hardened his stare at Joey again. What if I just send your head back to them on a silver platter, whoever they are? I have no fear of what remains of any of the families. They are the past. Well, I clearly would not like that. I do not work for any of the families. I agree with you that they are the past. If you did send my head back to my associates, you will merely fill them with an uncompromising rage. I would not recommend it. Work with us, Rodrigo. It is a much better option than a war you will not be able to win, Joey replied as cold as ice. Confused, Rodrigo laughed. Sure, gringo. He stood up from the chair, approached Joey, and gave him a slight patting on his cheek. You sleep on my offer. Rodrigo pointed to the stuffed white envelope of hundreds that he left on the coffee table. He then turned to his men to follow him out. Joey kept the guns at his ready, affixed on the four men as they left the apartment. Following them, he stood at his front door as he waited for them to enter the elevator and watched the doors shut upon them. Once he knew they were gone, he took a deep sigh, letting himself breathe again. He closed and locked his door.
Please continue to Chapter 5, Carrots. To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.